Hey everybody, hope y'all enjoyed some time off. Maybe got some cool new gadgets and gizmos for Christmas.
Yeah.
But we are back at it.
Back to the grind.
Yeah, with a story that I'm sure you've at least seen some headlines about over the break.
Oh, yeah.
The whole TikTok ban thing. It's a big one and it's moving really fast.
Very quickly, yeah.
So we got this awesome guide from VIP to sort of break it all down.
Yeah, help us make sense of it.
And look, we all know TikTok, right? For the dances and the funny videos and everything.
Sure, yeah.
But this goes way deeper.
Way deeper.
We're talking the future of music.
Yeah.
Like, what happens to music if its biggest discovery platform just vanishes?
It's a huge question, and honestly a pretty scary one.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, think about it. The government's been worried about TikTok and its parent company ByteDance for years now.
Right, that whole data security thing.
Exactly. The fear that they'll share user data with the Chinese government.
Or even use it to spread propaganda.
That's the other concern, yeah.
So this isn't just like some theoretical debate anymore.
No, not at all.
Back in April, Congress passed a law basically saying, ByteDance, you got to sell TikTok by January 19th, 2025, or it's banned.
It's a pretty stark choice for them.
Yeah.
And to their credit, they're not just rolling over.
Right, they're fighting back.
Big time. They're challenging this ban in court, claiming it violates their First Amendment rights.
Interesting.
Their argument basically is that banning the entire platform is censorship, you know, and that the government hasn't really shown enough evidence to justify something that drastic.
The government obviously disagrees.
Of course, they say national security trumps those First Amendment concerns.
So where does that leave us?
Headed for a showdown at the Supreme Court.
When's that?
It's January 10th, so not far off at all.
Wow, so let's walk through the potential outcomes here.
All right, so option one, ByteDance actually manages to find a buyer for TikTok, and the U.S. government approves the sale.
So that would, theoretically, take care of the data security worries.
That's the idea, yeah.
Yeah. But finding a buyer and jumping through all those regulatory hoops.
It's a tall order, especially with such a tight deadline.
And we got to consider the other possibility, that the ban actually happens.
Yeah, in that scenario, TikTok has just gone poof. Vanishes from U.S. app stores.
Millions of users cut off, artists losing their main way to reach people.
It'd be a huge disruption.
Absolutely.
Now, there's also a chance the Supreme Court sides with TikTok and overturns the ban entirely.
So problem solved.
Not necessarily. The government could still find other ways to go after them, maybe through data privacy regulations or something.
Oh, right.
And then there's the big wild card.
Trump.
Yep, he hasn't exactly been shy about his feelings on TikTok.
No, he has not. Lots of moving pieces.
Tons.
So, okay, let's zoom out for a second and talk about why this is such a big deal for music specifically.
Right, because it's not just about those funny dance challenges. This is about how music gets discovered.
I was reading that a huge chunk of Gen Z discovers new music through TikTok.
It's massive. Something like 67% of Gen Z find their music that way, compared to like 13% on traditional radio.
Wow, that's wild.
It's a completely different landscape.
And for record labels, TikTok's basically become their go-to marketing tool.
Oh, absolutely. Promoting new releases, connecting with fans, you name it.
It's essential.
Completely.
And it's not just about exposure either. There's serious money involved.
Right, licensing deals where TikTok pays royalties for using copyrighted music.
And all the ad revenue generated by the platform.
Exactly, so the stakes are incredibly high.
So knowing all this, it's no surprise record labels are scrambling to make backup plans.
Yeah, they're exploring other platforms, trying to diversify their strategies.
Not putting all their eggs in the TikTok basket anymore.
Smart move, because who knows what'll happen.
They're looking at things like Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts.
But the truth is, there's really no replacing TikTok.
That algorithm's something else.
It's incredibly effective at driving engagement and making things go viral.
So we're back to that core question. What happens to music if TikTok goes away?
Where do new artists find their audience then?
How do record labels adapt?
It's hard to say for sure, but for independent artists who rely heavily on TikTok, it could be devastating. Yeah. And record labels might have to completely rethink their marketing strategies, maybe go back to more traditional methods.
Or maybe this forces them to come up with something completely new.
It could be a catalyst for innovation, who knows?
It's a story that's still unfolding, definitely a lot of uncertainty ahead.
Oh yeah, tons.
But one thing's for sure, this potential TikTok ban has the power to change everything for the music industry.
Without a doubt.
So here's something to think about. Could this be the wake-up call the industry needs?
What do you mean?
Maybe this forces them to break free from relying so heavily on these social media giants and find a more sustainable way to support artists and help people discover new music?
It's a really thought-provoking question and something we all need to consider as this situation develops.
Absolutely. We'll be keeping a close eye on it, that's for sure.
Definitely a story to watch.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
We'll catch you next time.
See ya.